Well, good afternoon from Central Texas. Just a follow up here on the old water well. Got it pretty much cleaned up, everything hauled off, all the junk and so forth. But it's pretty interesting. Again, I don't know the age. I've been searching all over for a date, but it's all kind of square on top as far as the layout. I don't know if this will show up here. And as you go down about the water level, it kind of turns over a little bit to round. There's a shelf right there. I've stuck a pole down inside, and it's about 10, 12 foot below that water line right there. And I've hit something pretty solid, like, of course, rock. And there's a little bit of silt, I'm guessing about 4 to 5 inches. And who knows, again, I think this was probably a spring that they dug down and kind of rocked it up. And I've looked all over this thing, have not found a date on it, but still kind of interesting to have. And it was quite the challenge to get this thing cleaned up. A bunch of Africanized bees had moved into this thing, this old well house that was on top of here. And I had to wait till it was, they say below 54 degrees, bees can't fly, but I was waiting till it was in the, upper 30s. I pushed the whole thing over and hauled quite a bit while it was pretty damn cold, but it was difficult getting across my crossing right over here. But anyways, I ended up, burning it all up. I hated to kill the bees, but you just cannot relocate Africanized bees. But back to the well, I've got that tin right there that I'm covering temporarily, and weighted down the rock, the bricks in that big rock right there. So long term, I think I'm going to end up putting a solar pump on this thing and just go over to a water trough, and maybe a nice flat spot up here someplace. It's probably going to be too wet down in this area, but as far as flash floods and whatnot. But I think I can ditch up this hill a little bit, and get me a good flat spot. It'd be nice for cattle, wildlife, and deer. And I may even put a low profile one for wild hogs, and that way I can hunt off of it. The water, we go back over here, is flowing really nicely here. There's a spring. This is actually a spring-fed creek, and it completely dried up. It usually flows dang near entire year, but of course this past year was exceptionally dry. But it's nice to see it flowing again. That rain does a lot and so forth. Looking for arrowheads, hadn't found any arrowheads, but I'll keep looking here. These kind of wash areas, but pretty interesting. Glad to get this kind of cleaned up where I can actually get to it. I couldn't even walk up to the well house, so the bees would run you off, and I had hired Mr. Miller out of Waco earlier this year, and he got them, but they ended up coming back. But anyways, just wanted to do a quick update. We're going to cover it, kind of putting this project on the back burner for now. I'm going to go back to cleaning up front. I've got several big brush piles to light, but it's just, as you can see, it's just a little bit windy, and I need a little more rain. I'd feel a little more comfortable. But anyways, good afternoon.